What is up, guys? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? First off, I want to say a quick thank you. First off, can we get a let's get it started chain? Because I want to say thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch my live stream. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are having a good day. First off, I know, and I do this every stream. If anyone's new here to the stream, welcome to the Ace of Spades stream. I like to call my community the 52 because there are 52 cards in a playing deck, and I'm the Ace of Spades, meaning I should call you guys the 51. I'm getting sidetracked. Anyways, thank you so much for taking the time to join my live stream. It means the absolute world that you are here. I am so grateful. I am so thankful. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for the support, and just thank you overall for everything. I appreciate it so much. Now, with that being said, I have a game that I've been meaning to play, and it's called the Stanley Parable. Stanley Parable or something like that. Anyways, with that being said, I wanted to download this game, and apparently from what I've heard, the game is really trippy. And apparently there's like so many different endings. It's like crazy. So I figured, why not give it a shot? You know? I'm always good for a good old thinker of a game. And yeah, I heard this game goes crazy. And when I mean goes crazy, I mean like I heard the game's actually like wild. The Stanley Parable. All right, kiddos, we're starting it up. We're gonna jump straight. I can't talk. We're gonna jump straight into it. And yeah, we're just gonna see how it goes. So here we go. As you guys may have noticed, I changed up the interface a little bit. All right, that's enough of that. There's a lot of endings, subtitles. Yeah. All right, confirm. Have you played? No. Please just a slider. What if this is already the game? Could you imagine if this is the game already? The game time is 4:35. Oh, hold on. Four 35. Alright, hold on. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. 4:36. Okay. No, access speed. Okay. I'm really excited to see what this game is. Whoa, you see that? It's like multiverse. What if this is the game? I heard this game is crazy. You are playing. Okay, what if I do something different? What if I look like the left? What if this is the game? All right. Never end. The end is never. Then okay. The end is loading. All right. Let's see what this game's about. I heard this game really makes you click to skip.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Right. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
What if that's what they want me to do? You know what? What if this is what they want? What if this is the game? What if it's the illusion of free will? It wants me to do that. So I just have to beat it. I have to beat the... See, I never played this game a day in my life. But for what I've seen from the trailers, it's one of those games that it makes you think that you know what you're doing, but in reality, it's like I can outsmart this game. I can do it. All right, it wants me to step from my office. So if it wants me to do it, what if I don't? All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Unless that's what it wants me to do. You know what? What if I go back in here? Okay, it's locked. Everything's locked. Everything in this game is locked.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, now this is where the multiverse theory comes in. In one universe, I go to the left. In the other, I go to the right. But what if there's a universe where I go out the window? Wait. It sounds like I'm typing something. What if I'm still at the desk? What is happening? Wait, you hear that? Listen. It sounds like I'm still typing. You hear that? I think I'm still at the desk. Okay. Okay. Let's go towards the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire.
And that's exactly what he wants me to do.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
What is that typing sound?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
But that's what it wants me to do. But no, it knows that it wants me to go towards the door. It knows that I'm going to reject the fact of me going to the door on the left because it knows I'm going to go straight. But what if I just turn around? I'm wanting to step ahead. It won't let me go. Okay. It wants me to go in here. But it wants me to go straight. It's the illusion of free will. God, what is happening? Okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Caution, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. What? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. It will cause death.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
Suicide!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
So it wanted me to
Good
do that.
job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Is that it? Is that game? I'm back?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
Wants me to go to the left. But last time I went right. But what if this game has adaptive choices where... You know what? No, I'm my own person, and I'll do whatever the hell I want. I'm a grown man.
Room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
What?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her? Who's she?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
No sip. Out of here with that, bro. I'm going left. Okay, I can't go left. What if I go back on the crane? Okay, I can't do that either. I don't like this dark room. Oh my God.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
But you want me to pick up the phone. What if I...
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him.
I unplugged it.
Filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yes, sir!
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
Unless...
You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect...
What is happening? I'm so confused.
How's that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
What?
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
What is happening?
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic.
What?
If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
What is happening?
Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
What if it... You hear that? It's like I'm typing.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse.
What is happening?
It seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
I'm in a Walmart watching your stream. Oh, turn up. What if I go back? Yeah. Nope. I like how those doors open up. So I'm
almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No. But it wants me to go right because it knows I'm going to go right. It knows I'm going to go right because I just went right. And it's directing me back to what the main point is, so it wants me to go left. But it knows with my defined personality that I'm going to make right. It's the illusion of free will. What is happening? Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm not doing it. Yeah, bruh. I went right, bruh.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Alright, maybe I'll go left.
Oh, it's ruined.
Whoa.
I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
Don't you dare.
I have to. I have to.
No, you don't. Whoa! 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 What is happening?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now
Well,
look where we
I
are.
have my moments.
My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
I thought
You
it was
just had to
funny.
see?
I did.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you,
Define
had it?
personality.
That there's a world outside of you?
No, I thought about
You're
it.
a child.
I'd actually, yeah, well,
Oh,
no, I don't tell people my
my
age.
story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story
Sorry
first.
about that.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Wait,
Just
what?
follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It wants me to go left, so I'll go right. Unless... Okay, fine. I'll play along.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it ball up and how to resolve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Damn it! Make sure it's just light has a slide blue graphic in the header and throw the some bar level on all the text. Productive work environment. Everyone is unique. You most of all. That's kind of. That's like going backwards. What? What is that? That doesn't make any sense. Number of slides on this slides. Charts and slides. Slides. What? I feel like there's so much more to this game that I'm not understanding. Rate at which charts on the same slide. Stock market is here somewhere. Money, more money, buy things with more. Top 20, you love, fill out the book. Bro, this game's wild. Hey Ace, what's up? How you doing it? You ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but be more inclined towards the person who initiates conflict? Why did we hire you? Remember that it takes 2 people to start a fight, and right now you're both of them. What are your... How many slides is this? Talk less. Do not do unbelievably amazing work all day, every day, with no exception of promotion or recognition. Okay, I'm just gonna go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What game is this? This is the Stanley Parable. It's like a multiverse type thing.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115? Night Shark.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Okay. Night Shark 115? Night Shark
I'm
1.
sorry, is there a problem?
I'm
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial
trying!
step.
Night Shark 115. Night Shark.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over
I
there.
tried.
Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
What?
I need you to walk through the door.
What?
Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
What?
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
What is happening?
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
What is happening? What just happened? We're back? Okay, let's try this again one last time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open
That means
doors,
I'm up
he
there.
entered the door on his left.
Alright, fine, I'll play along.
Yet there was not a single person
I'm so
here
confused
either.
at what the hell's
Feeling
happening.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
What?
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
What?
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
What is happening?
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
What is happening?
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
Hold on.
What
To break a
relief
loop. There's a way to
Stanley
break a loop.
felt
There's got to be a way to break a
finally
loop.
found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What?
Then
What?
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
What?
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley,
No, there's got to be a way
awake
out. There's
right
got to be a
now
way out. There's got to
as
be a
he's
way
ever
out.
been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
What is happening?
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
What is happening?
I am okay.
Jump scare.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What is... Okay, hold on. I gotta...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, I can beat this game.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I'll go to the boss.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life would be to have to pick one. Indeed.
Stepping into his manager's office,
This was in the
Stanley
same
was once
office?
again stunned to discover not an indication of
Whoa,
any
whoa, wait,
human
wait.
life.
This is not the same
Shocked,
office.
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held
This
from
is
him?
not the same office.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Unless it wants me to go this way. Is that it? Is that the game?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door
Mind
that
control
read
facility.
Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, very ominous. No one puts a sign that says escape. Nah, I gotta figure out what the hell's going on here.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with
Whoa,
television
it's like that one
screens.
scene in The Matrix.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I am playing the Deluxe Edition, guys. People are asking, is this the Deluxe Edition? It is.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Which one is Stanley again? Which, all right, 234. 104 got fired. What the hell is happening here?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Let's go up here.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Unless that's what it wants me to do. What if this is what it wants me to do? Do I have a choice?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I did.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Oh, God.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
You have 3 attempts remaining.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
Okay.
All right, I'm in a good mood. Let me think. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
What do I do?
You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Okay,
Oh, dear me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Thinking.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
What is happening?
But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Crap.
No ending here.
Where's that red button?
You being blown.
Where's that huge red button?
Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
Screw it.
Another choice. Make it count. Or
Aw,
don't. It's all the
crap.
same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me,
Ah!
I'll be laughing at every
Ah!
single inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Bro. What is happening? This game is wild, bro. Oh, this is different.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Don't tell me that, bro. This is different.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Does it want me to go to the left? No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
But that's what it wants me to. It wants me to go straight. That's great.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
What was with the papers? That's what I'm saying.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I swear the office better not be different.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
What if I just keep putting the wrong code?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Two, 8, 4, 5. Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Oh yeah, what if I type it in now? Alright, now we're back here doing this. I'm so confused. This game is so freaking confusing.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Chat, do I escape? Oh my god, bro. I'm trying to figure out what the hell to do. It's like any choice I make, it's already been made for me. Someone said try going back up the elevator. I never thought about that. Yeah, beat him at its own game. Yep.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out. Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
What if there's like a code in here? Alright, go back down and then go back up and go back and keep repeating it. I'll try that.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I don't know. I just keep on bringing out the hits, don't I?
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Try 1, 2, 2, 4 on the keypad. Alright, we can give that a go.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
What? What?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more
Don't you
time
dare!
to process.
Don't you dare! Bro!
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
1224. All right, we're going back.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Do I go back up again, chat? Should I go back up? Let's see.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
You know what? For kicks. Yeah! I'm really throwing a curveball on him. No, he has nothing to say?
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop.
Don't you dare stop this elevator.
Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp
He ain't
and
wrong.
vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know?
Oh, wow.
People look up to you.
Yeah.
Which is why, oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're
What
here.
the hell? Won't let me go down.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
The hell?
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
Unless I go back to the elevator.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
I love the way you ride elevators. Oh, guys. Oh, Nightbot. Nightbot is, what do you call it? That's my, Nightbot is me. Like, that's my bot that I have in the chat. So anytime I have, like, that's my thing. What the hell? What just happened? It better not start me from the beginning. It better not start. Alright, I think I'm
All
done.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Someone said don't listen to the narrator.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
You know what? No. I'm not gonna get back on track.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
Guys, the
No
Nightbot is
reason
my
to still
guy.
be
Is my
here.
guy. If anyone wants to do text-to-speech donations. Not that you have to.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
And I
He
shall
wasn't
stay
even
here.
doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Nope, I'm not doing it.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Ban Hugo, he's spamming W.
Maybe to you this is somehow
What
its
just happened?
own
Thank you for the $2
branch
donation.
path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh,
Did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite.
I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone near. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Do we remember how the office looked
The moment
different?
he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
What is I better not get copyrighted.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Would I read the book? Yeah, I would read it. Should I do the elevator thing again? Should I just do the elevator bit?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Nope.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Guys, the bot is a virus. Nightbot is not a virus, guys. Nightbot is my link. What? Okay, not sure which way to go. I want to see what happens when you escape. Alright, bet. Oh, God.
Nope, still on board with death.
Okay, it's gonna be a jump scare. I'm just gonna... Oh, oh God. Oh, God.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Thank you for the donation. Oh, God. The hell?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like
God.
plucking the
Maybe I can get
eyeballs
out of
from
this.
a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, God.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous
Who's
metal
this?
jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Are these credits? This isn't the office. I went inside a different boss office. There was a different boss office. It wasn't one of these. The hell is happening?
Possible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design.
Kevin.
But of course, you
Recorded
being
dialogue
you,
from
you'll
the
probably
left
spend the
over
next
several
hour trying to
times
solve it.
over the 2
Here,
years of development.
I'm just going to
There are
make
clips-
this easy on you.
These are clips from early take that were not used in the
Finally,
game.
he pushed the number 9. Stanley stood on the snow.
What is happening? Did I win? I don't know. Freedom ending. This is the first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Countdown room. What is am I in like a game? Did I win? Game design mock-up. I think I won. Stanley's office, from left to right. First was created in November 2011. Second.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much
I
they
win?
need one another? No, Perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let
Don't tell me I start back at the office. Please don't tell me. Don't tell me I'm back at the office. Bro! Come on! When do I win? How do I win?
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought.
What?
How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing?
That's not the same narrative. I mean, it's the same narrative, but not the same story that was being told. New content? I don't like the way that sounds. You sound like a girl on OnlyFans trying to get me to buy her a $11.99 subscription just to look at her toes. I'm not for it, fam. Chat, do I go? No, everyone's telling me I can't win. I can win. I can win.
Oh.
I can outsmart
new
anything.
Content? What does that mean? New content.
I can outsmart anything, bruh.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Whoa. Yep, this is some high quality gaming, kiddos. Let me tell ya. I can only jump in the circle. Oh, what is going on with the quality? Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. Stream is looking kind of weird.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Okay. That's it. That's it. Ace Ultra Deluxe.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
What?
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to
Is
such
this game trolling me?
expectations.
I don't even know,
If
bro.
you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I didn't have a choice, apparently. Whoa. Wait a minute. Something's different.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Sus? Sus? Ace vented. Yes, I did.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone.
What?
It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
So wild.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3.
That's
it was
a
all
bold
of them.
claim
and
to
now,
make.
it's nothing. It's no games at all.
I'm playing this game for an hour and a
It isn't even
half.
the Stanley
What is?
Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
This would be a fun game to stream with a homeboy.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Hold on. Jeez, what is this quality? How many frames per second?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
This game's trippy, bro.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
Bro, this game is...
I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered.
I'm not gonna hit that
No more
button.
listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever
I'm not gonna
ago?
hit the button.
Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction
gonna hit it.
therefore becomes impossible to manufacture.
I'm not gonna
It
press
went
the
on
button.
for
That's what it
nearly
wants.
10,000 years until
Keep in
just
mind,
yesterday, here and there.
the narrator
forward
is
and
not
back,
my
and never a
friend.
moment before lunchtime.
I'm caught in a
It
loop.
can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone.
What the hell's the door?
Completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here and... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying
I'm
nothing.
glad you like the game, guy.
Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel... Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough.
How long do I
They had
press
to
the
leave
button?
a pathetic little thumbs down review.
How long
and
is
make
this game?
all
I have
their
no idea.
pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us. Now he won't shut up. It's the
The end is never the end, 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 is never.
I did not like that. Whoa. A stream is getting boring, only 35 people here. You must be under the impression that I care about how many people are in my stream. I don't care if it's one person, I don't care if it's a million. I appreciate anyone being here. How much time is passing? I did not like that. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. What the hell? What the hell happened? What just happened? Don't tell me I'm back at the office. Alright, I'm done. I'm done.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
New content? What is this game? I'm still confused. Bro, I don't even know. I think I might just... What if I unplug it? No, don't go. Look back. I did.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Nah, I'm not doing it. Well, that was confusing as hell. I don't know what the hell just happened. The game kept on... The game just kept on... Oh my god, bro. That was confusing. We lost a lot of views. Not saying that it matters, but... Wow, that was confusing. Jeez, bro. It just kept on getting more and more, like, trippy. How long am I streaming? An hour and 42 minutes? I played that game for an hour and 42 minutes? Bro. I think I might just cut end this live stream now. Because that was a long game. Oh my god. That was fun. And I want to appreciate everyone that stayed around to watch that. That was crazy. That was so trippy. I gotta make some clips out from this. That was crazy. Wow, where did the time go? I gotta get a haircut. Okay, chat. I will catch you guys later. Maybe we do Fall Guys tomorrow. I don't do Fall Guys every stream, guys. That's only sometimes. It's only like sometimes. It's not every stream. Wow. That was wild. I want to say thank you guys so much for joining the live stream. It does mean the absolute world. I know I say thank you a lot, but seriously, thank you so much for joining the live stream. That was just wild. It just kept on getting crazy. After stream movie. Yeah, why not? I'll do an after stream movie. It's been a while since I did an after stream movie. If you're to join the after stream movie, kiddos, make sure to join the Discord. We'll do an after stream movie. That was long, slow, and boring. Just like every... I can't talk. Hold on. Let me retry that. That was long, slow, and boring. That's what every girl tells me. No? Okay. Well, kiddos, thank you so much for joining my live stream. That was crazy as hell. That was awesome. With that being said, guys, I will not be live streaming tomorrow because I have something to go to tomorrow. So I won't be streaming tomorrow. But I will be streaming... What's today? I will be streaming Friday and Saturday and Sunday. But I won't be streaming tomorrow. Also, a new video coming soon. And also make sure to check out the newest video if you haven't seen it yet. But, guys, thank you so much for joining the stream. Sorry we just played one game. But, what girls? Oh, you right. Guys, thank you so much for joining. It does mean the world to me. Make sure to check out my newest YouTube video about TikTok live streams if you haven't got the chance. And, guys, again, thank you so much. And I know I said a lot, but it means the absolute world that I have your support. So thank you a million times in one. And just a little heads up, in case you didn't know, you are amazing. You are simply absolutely freaking amazing. And if anyone tells you different, you let me know and I'll slap the hell out of them. And I'll slap their dad. But you're amazing. I'll catch you guys later. All right? Peace.